Associated with Belle Reve Country Club. You've been amazing. It's been a great week and a great championship. And now I'd like to recognize the Lowe PGA Club Professional for the 100th PGA Championship from Georgetown, Texas, and Georgetown Country Club, Ben Kern.
Georgetown Country Club is one of the historic golf courses of Texas. It opened its doors back in 1927 and is one of the oldest golf courses west of the Mississippi. The San Gabriel River comes into play 11 times during a round of golf. Combined with fairly steep terrain that often rises above then dips back down into the canyon, it is a short course overall, but very scenic and rather demanding to play. The winding, wooded layout boasts a charm seldom seen in modern-day courses. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. We're just going to talk until he comes here. So I'm going to have to ask you. So a couple months ago in August, you were standing in the winner's circle, right, with Brooks Koepka, right? Is that right, Brooks Koepka? Koepka. With Brooks Koepka, you were standing in the winner's circle at the 100th PGA Championship. That's a landmark event for them. And you had won the Lowe Club Professional Trophy, which is a big, beautiful crystal bowl. And the head of the PGA was presenting it to you.
Yep.
Now you're here at Georgetown Country Club as the head professional. That's quite a distance to go in just a couple of months. And I understand there are other things like a move and maybe a couple other, tour events or at least golf events in there. Can you give me a little bit of background on what the last couple of months have been like for you? And some of the things that have gone on.
Starting in June, my summer, I played the National Club Pro Professional Championship in Seaside, California, middle of June. And that's where all the club pros around the country, best place for the section go. That's where the top 20 from that get in the PGA Championship. I was looking at to finish 9th. So that gave me birth in the 100th PGA Championship in August. After that, I had been in touch with the GM here at Georgetown, and they presented me with a job offer that I liked, and I liked the area. I took it. So July 2nd is when officially on paper I started here. I then proceeded to play an Adams-Ford event in Kansas. A couple section events with my GM from here.
I heard y'all took first place down at Horseshoe Bay.
We won the Texas Team Championship at Horseshoe Bay, which was fun.
It was great. Yeah, something like, I don't remember the exact number, it was something like 11 birdies for Patrick, and then you got like 11 birdies for the Eagle or something. It was something.
We both played really well and made a bunch of birdies.
Yeah, that was
fun.
Heck of a way to win a tournament.
Yeah. And then played the Texas State Open Cascades in Tyler, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Happened to be the second club professional ever to win that tournament. So to be the winner of the Texas Open was special, which was right before the PGA, which was great preparation prior. And then the role that could play in the PGA, playing my first tour event, and then to make the cut and compete with those guys, it was memorable. A week I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Hey, son. Good breakfast?
Yep.
It's always a good breakfast up here, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful day. We're getting ready to head out with the pro. Play a little golf. Life is good out at Georgetown Country Club.
Well, as always. Expect me to talk.
What was that?
The only things you expect me to be able to talk.
Well, just don't talk with your mouth full.
We're here on number 1, Georgetown Country Club. Probably one of our harder par 4s on the golf course. Number 1 because it's our first hole. It's about 380 yards straight out and then up to the green. It's a very tight driving hole. It's very, very important to hit this fairway. So for me, instead of pulling the driver, I pull out my 3-iron, which ensures more often that I'll be hitting the fairway. And then I can shoot from the green from there. But to the right, we got a hazard. the left, we got some huge trees, so again, very important to hit a nice straight controlled shot here off number 1 tee. That'll work.
So how long have you been playing golf?
Playing golf since I was 2 years old.
2 years.
My dad's a pro, so he got me started real young. Played baseball and golf growing up, but I was better at golf.
And so you started at an early enough age to where it's all ingrained. Because I can tell even when you're doing the lessons, you can, like you were talking about how to play in the winter, and you said it, and then you did it without really thinking about it. So
it's just, I know golf.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, son, you want to go ahead and hit one just to try? It's digital.
Here, do you say the main thing is just make sure you're about even with the 150 marker?
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do is get it just inside the 150. Because this hole, it's not that important to get way down there. All we want to do is hit that fairway. That's the most important hole, whether you're 160 or 120. And the fairway is key here. Perfect. Nice and smooth, right in the fairway.
Awesome. Thank you.
From the fairway, you can play. From outside the fairway, you cannot play in this hole. Much elevation. I'm going to go ahead and go 2 more clubs and hit a little smooth 8-iron. See how that goes. Very important to club up here going uphill. Should be safe here on the green. Alright, it was a good thing I clubbed up a bunch because I hit it, still was almost short of the pin, but adding 2 extra clubs was key here on number 1. Left myself about 8 feet for birdie. Hole 2 at Georgetown Country Club. A lot like the first hole. We got trees left and hazard right. So again, the high percentage shot is to take less than a driver and find the fairway. So for me, it's going to be my 3-iron again. Just trying to find the right center of that fairway, because to the right's hazard, the left's blocked out by trees. So I'm just trying to play my 3-iron, which is one of my very accurate golf clubs. That's down to left, but it'll have a shot.
And I've always felt like whenever I hit a 3-iron, it's almost like shocking my hand. Is that because I don't play it often enough, or does it change over time?
It depends on the make of the 3-iron. So for me, I've got more of a cavity back, we'll say a driving iron, and I've also got a graphite shaft. So the shaft's forgiving, the head's forgiving, but it's still got some workability, so I can hit it low, hit it high, right to left, left to right. So if a regular 3-iron, yes, if it's steel shaft and you miss it a little bit, you'll feel it, but this has got a lot of forgiveness to it. Kind of the all-around golf club for me off the tee.
Good.
Do you want to go ahead and hit?
No, we'll keep going on this one.
So my question for you is, are a lot of your clubs a little bit custom like that? Because that sounds really, I mean, it sounds like it's not like a regular club where you buy it and try to fit it to you. Your clubs are fit to your game. Is that right?
Yes, I mean, I've been lucky enough, being on Team TaylorMade, I've flown out to California, gone to their tour center. I've had their tour reps fit me personally to exactly what I need. So having somebody, whether it's myself, a local PGA pro, anywhere, getting fit for golf clubs is so important. So I can go out and play well with whatever golf clubs, but I'm going to play that much better with stuff that's made for me in my swing. Because everybody's different.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
Unfortunately, I hit a little left to center of the fairway. I would like to be about 10-15 yards right, so being on the left side, I now have a big tree in my way. But I do have a golf shot. I'm going to try to hook the ball about 10-15 yards. So I'm going to aim out right at the green and try to hit a low hook and try to pull this miracle shot off.
I got to remember to be quiet.
Number 4 here at Georgetown Country Club, hands down the best par 5 we have here. For most players, it's going to be a 3-shot par 5. It's going to be important to get the drive in play, hit your second shot accordingly, and then go across the river again for your third shot. Some players, the longer players, can get aggressive with the tee shot, get way down there and have a chance to go in 2. Today's a little in the wind, so I'm going to try to crush this one and see if I can give myself a chance to get there in 2.
Play this course, do you consider it to be, do you look at it when you play course like this to be more of a, like a par or a birdie course, or do you look at it just like count per hole?
So this is hands down probably the shortest course I've ever played, but it's hands down has the most character of any course I've ever played. I could come out here and hit driver all day long and make some birdies, but I can also probably come out and hit driver all day long and get in a lot of trouble. So this kind of course, how much character it has, there's so many different ways to play it, which is what makes it so appealing to a lot of golfers. It's not just hit your driver as hard as you can, find it and go. You've got to really strategize around trees like the last hole. Sorry, the number 2, we had to be on the right side to get to the green. There's a lot of fun aspects to Georgetown Country Club.
And a lot of water hazards.
There's a lot of water.
Well, I like the fact that you did bring out 3 wood. Like I said, for most players, this is going to be a 3-shot hole. The average player is not going to go get there in 2, so there's no reason to try to hit as hard as you can. Again, you're trying to get the ball in play, ride in the river, get yourself a good second shot, and go in the green from there. That's actually a very smart move.
Especially when you hit it right on the right side.
Yep, so nice smooth backswing.
You usually do 2 or 3 swings, but you're not doing that right now.
I'm taking a deep breath.
Little looser.
But yeah, that works out perfect.
Yeah, it did.
You're in play, second shot, lay up, go to the green in 2, in 3, and be good to go.
Yeah, I'll meet you down there in a bit. Sounds about right.
I got some trees in my way, got wind in my face, and I got some water in play, so I'm going to try to pull off the golf shot. I'm going to hit my 4-iron, start it out right, and try to bring it back to the green. Just like that, that'll play.
And so, do you find it, being a right-handed golfer and on pro level, do you find it harder to hook it instead of slice?
For me, my go-to shots is a left to right cut shot. I can slice the ball like crazy. For me, working the ball right to left or draw or hook, I feel like I have to work a lot harder. So I think it's easier for most players to hit a slice versus a hook. Now there are a small percentage where some players, their go-to is a hook or a draw.
Okay.
Most players, a slice is the common.
There's a lot of thinking on that shot though, because you're curving right into the wind on that, so there had to be a whole lot of thinking going on in your head
There's
to
a
get
lot
that
of
to turn out as good as it did.
I got to get the ball over the tree. I got to account for the wind that's in my face. I got water short and right. I want to aim and air left, so I need to overhook it if I do anything. So there's a lot of factors that I really got to take into play when I am going to go for this kind of golf shot. Where the safe play is just to hit it down there 100 yards and then hit another 100-yard shot, but that's not fun.
It's not as much
This is fun.
So if you were playing on a tournament though, you would have likely laid it up and gone from there?
You know, I probably would have gone for this shot.
Yeah.
But like I said, with all the factors, I would have tried to really overhook it, so if I did hit it back, I'm over there left of the green, which is, if I'm left of the green here, it's okay.
Yeah.
Right's not good. So I was trying to err to the safe side. So.
How do you get to be so accurate that you can hit it 8 feet from the pin, hitting it 200 yards out with a 4-iron?
Usually said practice. I've been playing golf since I was 2. I've hit numerous golf balls on the range, so I've really worked on my swing for 32 plus years. But just the experience of tournament golf, playing with my buddies, this and that, I counted the wind where my 4-iron normally goes 220 yards, but I only had 200 yards with the wind. Over time, I started developing the feel for knowing how much the wind's going to affect the ball, so I put all that together and pulled off a pretty amazing shot.
Very amazing. Over the trees, over the river.
Over the trees with a little draw.
And it landed just next to the pin.
Yep.
And into the wind with all of that.
Even putting a short putt is what to account for. This should be a right edge putt. But good thing in January 1st, 2019, we can leave the pin in now and it's not a tee shot penalty.
And I've played other historic courses around Texas, and they all seem to be on prime real estate like this, right? In a state that is more flat than not, they found the contours, and they found like this one going in and out of the canyon with the river crossing it, 12 or 13 times during 18 holes. These courses to me are just more interesting. It's why we're focusing what we're doing around the historic courses of Texas, because they're just more interesting courses.
Yeah,
Georgetown Country Club very much being one.
Yeah, a lot of the courses that you're talking are a lot of landlocked courses because they're not going to have thousands of acres to work with. It's prime land, but it's going to be in a tight area, which is exactly what Georgetown is. It's a great piece of land, and we got 18 holes on it.
Yeah. And there was nobody else out there, so they could pick whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
So they could pick the canyon. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
So at this point, are you going for the green or going to go right down the fairway?
Well, number 5 here at Georgetown is one of the shorter par 4s. I like this one because I'm going to go for the green. Everybody loves going for a par 4 and 1. For me, I'm going to try to hit my 3 driving iron that I've used a few times today so far. With the wind, I'm going to try to hit it nice and high and let the wind bring it in from left to right. There is a tree that guards the front of that green, so if I go right at it, it'll hit that tree and knock it down. So I'm going to try to bring it on the left side of the green, nice and high.
This one's fun for me just because of the fact that I can't control my drive that much, so I can just let loose on this one and it should naturally just tend that way.
Under the trees, perfect. Oh, yep, made it through. I think it might be on the green.
The rope's been pretty thick lately,
So it's really interesting to hear the way that a pro approaches a hole versus an amateur. And of course, the amateur's played that hole 1,000 times, so he's still got a good result.
Oh yeah.
But it was a very different approach. I'm just going to whack him.
I got 35 yards here left on 4. Got a little chip shot. Got to land it on the front, let it run out. A little short, but it'll work. Birdie putt.
And what is your preferred club to use for chipping?
It varies. For this one, I use my 60 because everything's going to be so fast and runs away, so I need to get higher, stop it quicker. If I was going up, an upslope, I might use less loft, either my sand wedge or even a pitching wedge.
Okay.
That way it runs out a little more.
What do you think?
I think if you want to putt it, you putt it.
Really go for it.
I've heard that's been course knowledge from putting from here down the slope.
Oh yeah?
I've seen it done quite a few times from the older members here, which
So
I know they've got a lot of experience.
To tell you this, but my son's been putting it from 100 yards plus out all over the course ever since he was 9 years old. I don't know how he does it.
Especially 8 and 16, they just work out so well for it.
Yeah. That's why I do that. Thank you.
That was awesome.
It's not conventional, but it works.
You might have sold me on that now.
Hey, you just finished playing golf with Ben Kern. What do you think about that?
That was a lot of fun.
That's a little bit of fun. So, what's the moments that are most memorable to you?
By far would be shot on 4. He went from 200, maybe a little bit more out, and he curved it with a 4-iron over the trees and onto the green about 8 feet from the pin.
Yeah, he took it like a foot over that first set of trees, just straight up in the air, and at the very end, it did a hard left curve right into the frickin' wind and landed 5 feet from the hole, right? 7 feet, 5 feet, whatever it was close.
He must have gone right past the pin on hole number 4. So.
Yeah, no, you're right. He probably ran right over the pin. And that's a pro for you. That's watching a pro play. It was interesting. And then didn't you contribute a little bit yourself to the excitement of the day? Didn't something good happen for you too?
I got an eagle on 5 from off the green.
And so what was the second shot? Well, listen to this. What was the second shot that gave you an eagle, son?
I putted it from about 60 yards out. And in the hole. So.
Yeah, nice gentle curve the whole way it was headed into the hole.
I got to show off the bend a little bit.
Yeah, Kent has always been a putting maniac.
Fairway's pretty much like a green anyways, and we're just past the red marker at 117.
117 yards out.
And I'm about a foot away from the pin after having hit the flag. So
so my young whippersnapper just putted that thing in a nice smooth line all the way up to the green. And it seriously hit the flag and it was such a good speed, it just barely went off the flag. It could have gone in, darn it. That was crazy. Having been around does make it more interesting from time to time. Here's Ben and Rich Beam, another PGA champion, having a friendly little wager over 18 holes at the country club one fine autumn day.
Yeah, doing right.
Ben and Rich may have both missed their putts on this hole, but maybe they were a little distracted by the view. Ben makes up for it on the next hole. All those pro activity is exciting, but pros in the making are nothing new at this kid-friendly club. Here's Tyler Ware, 2016 NCC GA champion, playing with us when he was just a youngster. We joined Georgetown Country Club when my son was only 9 years old, so he pretty much grew up on this historic course. Oh, can you follow that ball? Can you follow that? That's way down there. You too, Bernie.
What? I'm done.
Kit and I have played thousands of rounds with my two best friends, Bernie, who is a character, and Sean, who's an even bigger character and just loves the wildlife. He's taking pictures of something. What were you taking pictures up there, Sean? Ah, tarantula. Of course you are. Texas golf. Late on a Friday afternoon. A little country music in the background. And a beautiful course. And seeing the sun go down. Let's finish this par 3. My son got a par. Look at that moon rising. It was playing this always interesting, ever challenging course is one of the great delights of my life. Our tendency is to play until the sun goes down and then turn on our headlights and play some more.